Hello, my name is Daniel Valencia, and I'm going to build my first lowrider ever. With that, I'm going to go and win the most difficult show in the United States, GSL. I want to start somewhat of a little bit of a journey. We're gonna do, let's try and go with a documentary this time. I am going to document this journey, so it's a little bit of it's a little ambitious, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So today's March the 18th. I have been working on two models. Once this video is released, I can release the information of one of them. The reason why, because I'm doing an exclusive content for a magazine. I will reveal this down the road, but dedicated magazine. Willie, he talked to me and we decided to leave the lowrider. I am building finally a lowrider. It is not my genre. I have never ever even touched a lowrider before, and I got intrigued by the painting skills and some of the stuff that they do. So a quick explanation with the lowrider. Willie actually asked me if you were to build a lowrider, what car will you build? The usual 64 Impala, which is a car that I freaking like. I told him, well, I will build my first car. When I was, I think, 16, my older brother gave me a Pontiac 62, a Catalina. It's a gorgeous car. Mine was a four-door with a 389 engine. I think I've told this story before, so I told Willie, this is the car that I will build. And he's like, okay. So we were, hanging around, and by the end of the day, Willie pulled one out of his collection, and he was like, here you go. Now you have no excuses. I was like, oh shit, it's on. And I am the kind of person that really likes challenges, and hence I'm doing this documentary on the challenge that I took on, not only to finish this lowrider, but like I said, today is March the 18th, and I am planning to do GSL. As you may know, GSL is an international competition. It is very big. It's been happening, I believe, since the 70s or somewhere like that. But it's a really, really big competition, and this year is the last one that it will be. They go until fourth place, so first, second, third, and fourth. And I've heard from many different sources that even winning a fourth trophy or award, it's an honor. So challenge accepted. I am definitely going to try and finish this Catalina, which is super far. It's very, very far from being done, and I am going pretty wild with details, the way I'm designing the paint. I've never painted any kind of like a lowrider, so I thought I'm going to do a little bit of research. Willie's been helping me a lot with all the not really the layouts, but mostly how to use this new style paints, House of Color paints. We have gone to Coaster Brush, I believe it's called, the store. Pretty cool store, by the way. And I'm learning the ins and outs and all this stuff. On my end, like I said, I used to fabricate race cars, so I know the ins and outs of suspension, how everything works, but I've never seen how really a lowrider suspension works. So I did a bunch of research, how they work with hydraulics, how the chassis are reinforced, where the suspension work, and pretty much the geometry and everything. So I translated all that knowledge that I found into the scale model, the 62 Catalina. Now, the one that I'm not think it won't be ready. It's the drag race Catalina. I'm doing like a pro mod style. also a 62 Catalina, but I'm going to focus, and we will focus this documentary on the Lowrider. So welcome guys, I will take you on a journey. I will show you my build place is like behind the scenes. It is a mess, and the reason why it's a mess, I'm not using time to organize like I always do. I am 100% focused on the Catalina because, like I said, I only have like about a month and a half. GSL will be May from 4th through the 7th or the 8th, and today's March the 18th. So I really don't have that much time to finish this build. Um, I'm still testing a dummy. I will take you to like again behind the scenes and through everything that I'm working on. So stick around. It's gonna be a crazy and wild journey. So stay tuned. Careful. Come here, come here. Right. Come here, come here. They're gonna stop hopping. Come here.
4 inches to be.
Guys, look, 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 look. They're super low, that way they don't fucking blow up, yeah.
How do you know how much?
They must have, they're trial and error. They tested so many fucking, but you see, yeah, you see how the everything's chromed on the bottom? We're doing that. Look at the separation from the chassis, look at the arms where they're welded.
I know that car does better. I know it myself. It's wrong. Alright, next.
Be careful.
Next we got these from RC Your Price. What's the name of the car, bro?
Are you gonna go to the front? You should go to the
Red
front.
Eyes, Red Eyes. Let's see what Red Eyes got.
There's a lot of guys there.
Hey, you got the
Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, bud. 3 inches, 3 inches.
Ben, Ben, esto, that mechanic.
Be careful, watch him, watch him. Oh, alright, you're good, you're good. 5.5, 5.5. Red Eyes speed right now. See the car up here right now. 5.5 speed right now. Alright, who's next? Next we got Zoom on the Black Boys.
So, what the fuck do we have here? This is my idea for the Lowrider. This is the 62 Catalina Lowrider that I'm doing. You can see the rear end and front arms over here. However, this is the idea that I have for the body art. It looks very complex, but I actually did this with a marker. This is the main layout. However, I still need to figure out certain things. This car is going to be called the Blue Jaguar. It's going to be a Mayan theme car. So all those scribbles that you see there, those balls are going to, or these little like darker dots, like these on the side are going to be Jaguar like marks or dots. Hence the name, the Blue Jaguar. However, all those scribbles are going to be Mayan art, handmade. All that stuff will be handmade. Those little like curly things are going to be made with like chrome and handmade also. but with a brush. And it's all a mixture of different blues and turquoise, and then I'm going to contrast it. You see these like 2, 1, and then 2. This line continue and hides here, and then it kind of like goes on the back on the center. That's going to be burgundy. Same with this line going down, and that line in the middle going forward and a little bit up. That's going to be burgundy, contrasting all of the blues and semi-grains. I don't know how it will turn out. I hope it turns out good. I'm still trying to debate if the side will be, because the top, I think it looks okay. However, when you look at it from the side, the lines don't make much sense right now. However, I'm hoping that once the colors are on the car and everything looks the way I want it to look, it's going to look okay. I'm not going to 100% throw colors at this body yet. This is the main body for the Catalina. I am going to utilize this other. This is the body that I'm going to be using as a dummy to mock up the colors and kind of like experiment. Now, this is crazy. This I got from a buddy of mine, Edgar, with Skale Riders. Thank you so much, Edgar. He sent it so I can continue or utilize parts. I believe that, someone started, maybe him or someone started this project. This top is from a 62 Chevy, I believe a Bel Air or Impala, Bel Air, I believe. And they wanted to make the conversion utilizing a Catalina body with a bubble top actually. So the cut is here. I kind of like finished the project. However, the reason why I did this, just finish this project, is really not even done right. You can see holes and everything. This is just gonna be a mock-up. This is just gonna be, again, my dummy. So what I originally showed you, all the patterns and everything, I'm going to try it on this car, and depending how it looks on this, then I'll go ahead and do it on the other one. Now, if there's certain things that I don't like on this one, then I'll modify on the other car. I will show you here. I have been playing around with patterns and handmade art. This is all handmade with a marker. All those little dots is because the paint has been peeling, unfortunately, but I will take care of that. This is also handmade with a brush. You can see it's very, very fine work. Again, I've been trying to experiment with different colors. This is the Jaguar pattern that I was telling you. So that Jaguar pattern is going to be on top. And then these blue lines are going to have a bunch of chrome, like scribbles and like roundy ornaments. So this is what I've been working on. Hopefully it's going to come out right, and then I will keep you posted. Thank you, guys. So as you can see, I have been practicing kind of like the drawings and pretty much experimenting with paint and how the marker reacts. How I explained originally, Willie was telling me how the paints work with each other, what's compatible with what. So under those instructions, I was like, okay, how can I make my idea work for completing the whole car with the artwork that I wanted. Now, I'm not going to go into details since I want this documentary style video to flow through the whole process, not really stop and explain step by step. By the way, if you guys are interested in my work, I started a Patreon. Look it up on patreon.com/scalefreaks, like my channel. That's with a K. And on there, I'm going to be throwing step by step all these paint process and all these things that you guys want to look please comment below. Let me know what you guys are interested on watching, or me explaining something of what I've done, and I'll be gladly supporting you guys with with some knowledge or help, or depending on what I've done and everything. So going back to the build, I like I said, I experimented with some of the stuff. Kind of like when I figured it out, I started using this fake body. It's a Catalina with another top, but I was like, if I can make it look okay here, I'm going to make as many errors as I can. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to translate all the knowledge to the original body. But this is why it was taking so long. So I hope you guys enjoy the process, and let's continue with this. Good morning, guys. This is day 2 of the documentary. I freaking went to bed really late last night, pretty early, like around 3 a.m. working on the kit, but we'll update you more on it today. I gotta attend an event I had planned for a long time ago, so I won't be posting any video this morning or until the afternoon. I will come back and start building later on. All right, you guys, we got this. Okay, so last update for today. You see that shiny, awesome coat? Yeah, not really. It's a lot of orange peel, but this is the 2K shiny coat. As you can see, I finished all the patterns, all the shadows. Hold on, let me take a zoom in. Let me position this thing here. I will zoom in and show you some of the details. All right, so on the tiny lines, on the silver lines, I decided to do a little bit of tiny patterns with the marker, same as on the outside. Yeah, it's not perfectly even, but come on, it's super small. Same thing on the internal ones. I did some patterns, a little bit of more ornaments, and I have to play more with these lines on my actual build, but so far I think it's not that bad. So next step will be to, you can see the orange field there on the reflection of the LEDs. So I need to wait for this thing to dry. I'll wait maybe like a day or two to give it 100% chance to harden. Remember, 2K is a two composite or two-part clear so it needs to dry really good, and it dries very hard. So I'll allow it to dry, and then I'll do a very good sanding. I'll start maybe with a 3000, 3500, or 4000, and then I'll polish the clear. Meanwhile, I will again allow this to dry, and I will continue with the rest of the car. This is how it's looking. I think it's not that bad. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Perhaps I'll do more complex patterns in the future, but for now, I think it'll go. It's not too cool. Now I will continue the patterns on the front. I have another couple of ideas. I'll go with the ones that I did. Same thing with the trunk, and I'm still thinking how I will incorporate, and this is why I did only the roof. That's why I want to do roof, then hood, then trunk, and then once I have everything ready, then I'll start, playing with the sides so I can make a final decision on how I'm going to do the side. I'm still not too convinced of my idea, but once you see it in color, it changes your perspective. All right, people, I will see you shortly. Well, the body was drying, and actually the clear was settling. Like I mentioned, I don't have time to waste, so I always jump to another task on the car. Right now, I am working on all the mechanics of the suspension, making everything work, fabricating. This is what I call the dirty stage. Since you're sanding, using glue, bonding, cutting, everything that has to do with modifying the kit. This is the stage where you actually do it. So as you can see, I'm testing all my dynamics on the parts, how they extend, contract, if they're gonna work, making sure they don't bind. So this is the whole Catalina chassis. I did this, so this is the section, the cross member that holds the bottom arms. This is the two brackets that hold the upper arms. So when the suspension drops, the long travel suspension, the arms on the bottom extend all the way from the middle of the car, from the belly. This is the transmission support. And I designed my own A-arms. This is what I have. They completely go up, and then they collapse up and down. I designed my own directional bars, tie rod ends, and everything. So this is one side, so it connects here, then it connects to the other one, and then to the other one. But the cool thing is that it drops with the suspension. When the suspension drops, all these little guys have bolts and hind joints that connect to here, and it flows with the movement, and at the same time it goes out and in, out and in. So I'll show you the design that I did. And then the back, that's the cut. Then this is the whole support. Of course, you're not going to see this part. It's going to be glued to the bottom, and you're going to be able to see this. That's why I'm using putty and smoothing it out. I did all these brackets here to connect the chassis. These are reinforcements that they do on chassis so they don't break. The other style of chassis goes as an X, so it creates a little bit of flex. My style is just a regular square chassis. So, coming back from the shading, I fucked it up. I went too far with the shading, so I made my details super fucking dark. As you can see, you can barely see the detail. When it was only the blue on top, it looked fucking gorgeous. But I went too heavy on the black and too close to the detail. So like I was mentioning the other time, let me grab something here. So if you spray over here, then it's gonna happen what happened to me. The fucking overspray is gonna go too deep into the detail. So you have to pretty much spray up here so you can barely grab a little bit of the shade. I did too many passes and I got too close to the detail, and yeah, you can see the shade, but it's too went too far. The bottom part is almost completely covered. You can barely see some detail, and same thing with the lower part. So I kind of like killed all of my marker. But once again, that's what this is for. This fucking dummy is for learning. I kind of like nailed it on top, and here I was trying to fix some errors that I did here, but I did not fucked up the shades here, and now I fucked it up here. So one more thing to learn. Once again, once I move to the hood, now I'm going to be bringing over everything that I'm learning from the side. The pattern, they don't look bad at all. They look actually pretty good, so I like the taping and the effect even more than how I liked it on the top. However, I went too far with the shading, so I think it's a little bit like done. I don't know. You know what? My detail is protected with the inner coat. I might be able to shave off a little bit of the shade. Let's give it a try. Let's see. I mean, if we fuck it up, we fuck it up, but I'll keep you guys posted. All right, we're back. I went over a little bit with a very fucking super fine sandpaper, and I was able to take out a little bit of the black. Remember, I got away with doing this because all my artwork was protected with the inner coat, with the clear inner coat. Otherwise, you will fuck up all that detail fine pen that you guys are gonna be doing, or whatever artwork you're trying to protect. If you don't shoot SG100, that'll get messed up. So I was able to save and remove a little bit of the extreme shading. You can still see a little bit of shade, but now you can appreciate the marker detail and the blue even more. This is candy cobalt blue, I believe. I will double check on that, but I'll get the right color for you guys. But that is not looking that bad. All right, let's continue. What's up, you guys? Just getting back home. I am a little tired from today, so back to hitting the car. Let's see what ideas flow right now. I am going to work a little bit on the interior. Now that I have mostly done the outside or the body, I am going to start experimenting. The reason why I didn't touch the interior before, I wanted to kind of like see what the colors outside were telling me, so that way I don't want to continue exactly the colors from outside, but have some kind of like a balance between maybe another color. I'm thinking white, and bring colors from the outside, just as certain touches, or I'm thinking on doing like chrome buttons on the seats. I am also doing that fine line that goes across all the seat. I'm still thinking, how am I gonna achieve that? I think I'm gonna use the same technique, the same process I use for my Mercedes-Benz, the Actros. I did like those exotic kind of like stitches on the seats, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go hit it right now, and I'll keep you guys posted. I have to do all the fabrication also while the body it's disassembled. I cannot wait until everything's painted. So one more time, the fabrication stage is where you start, measuring, cutting. Here I'm actually designing the hinges, trying to see what hinge is gonna work best. It's not just adding something so the door opens and closes back. It's actually imitating the real movement of how the Catalina opens the doors. It's not just a regular hinge. The door comes out and the edge of the door kind of like hugs around the point where it meets the fender. So it's kind of like hard to get those turns and specific the hinge travel, if that's how can we call it, the hinge travel and how it clears the body when it opens, so the door kind of like imitates the real movement on the real car. So I decided to, well, actually, the front clip, as you can see it, that was not my intention to have it separate from the body. When I cut the doors out, only the bottom rocker was holding the whole front clip and eventually it broke. So I was like, shit. It kind of like helped me because then I can work around the whole thing. But at the same time, at the end, it's dragging this issue that I'm gonna have a big problem trying to align the rear body, the doors with the hinges, and then the front clip. So I will figure that out later. Right now, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm going to try and make everything sit inside. As you will see further down, the center bench, I cut it in half to make them individual bucket seats so I could run a center console. I will show you that on the interior. That'll be mostly for the next episode. So I think we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon. And this is the first part of my documentary. I hope you guys like it. Please remember to like the video, subscribe, follow me. I also have my Patreon one more time. That is patreon.com/scalefreaks. I am going to be showing all these paintwork little by little. So to be continued. Thank you guys for watching.